We start just by taking a couple breaths in preparation, setting the intention for our session. Inhale, slow, deep inhalations, and exhale right back out. Do a few rounds to just warm yourself up as we get started. Take the arms up, inhaling, exhale, release. One more. And on the next one, we're going to place the palms down. Take your right hand to the left knee. Inhale, lift the spine, and exhale, turn towards the back. Keeping the spine nice and erect, nice and straight, strong, belly tucked into the spine. You do this about 4 to 5 breaths and then release, turn towards the opposite side. When you're doing this, you'll want to maintain that steady flow of breath in and out of the nose. Just keep it steady and keep your core nice and strong. We're going to release now, extending the right leg out to the side and left heel into the groin. All you're doing is hinging from the hips slightly and placing your fingertips on the floor. Keep the spine nice and strong, elongated, extending the sternum forward and the tailbone back. Let's now take the arm up towards the ceiling, elbow to the knee, as we now feel that stretch taking place into our torso on the side. Again, every pose we're doing here is 4 to 5 breaths. Turn towards your foot and keep in mind that you want to keep the shoulders leveled, extend the sternum, and then release. Repeat on the left side. Some of us might experience the hip being up a little bit, the glute coming off the ground, so by grabbing a hold of your toes, you allow you to anchor that glute down onto the floor. Let's take the arm up into the ceiling, inhaling. 4 to 5 breaths here. If you're experiencing super tightness in that area, then whichever side it may be for you, then just go ahead and hold it a little longer for an extra 2 breaths to open up a little deeper. In the small, as long as you're allowing yourself to breathe in slow and deep, you allow yourself to release those muscles. Come into child pose. Here we're going to now keep it passive or active. That's totally up to you. Active, just go ahead and lift those arms, and you can shift towards the right side. As you see in this video, I am going more active and really stretching and going deeper into my opposite hip as that arm is extending to the right side. And I'm feeling that stretch taking place all along from my fingertips to my shoulders, shoulder to hip. And repeat now on the other side. Or you can just keep it simply passive, where you're just stretching and might be just enough for you because your hips are super tight. So really play with this and allow yourself to just focus on the breathing more than anything. Coming back onto now tabletop, we're going to open the hips, circle 3 forward, and then you're going to circle 3 back. This allows us to really work on those major joints. Extend the leg back, bring the foot forward as we're coming into low lunge. Make sure your hands and your arms are right by your bicep to ear, and on the exhalation we twist. So it's a nice simple twist as you lunge forward. Keep in mind that the right knee is aligned to your ankle. Let's release, lift the knee up, and now slowly come into a stagger lunge. This is really important to keep that hip lifted upward so you're not really putting any pressure into those knees. When we straighten the leg, you can use blocks to place those hands on top for better support. We're going to come back down on all fours, come into a cat-cow. So now we're coming into cat, rounding the spine as we exhale, and we inhale on the cow position where we tilt the head up, tailbone up. You're doing about 3 to 4 rounds here to just really warm up the spine. And then repeat on the left side where we go into those hip circles 3 times forward and 3 times back. Then extend the leg far back, squaring the hips, and bring the foot forward. Coming into that low lunge. And then into a twist as you exhale. Your hand can be right on the hip as you see here, or you could take it to the back of the knee for a really deeper stretch here, but work with whatever you can. We then straighten the leg, knee up, fold, and then we're going to come and swing ourselves into a forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold, grab a hold of the outside of your feet and just hinge from the hips as you fold forward. This is really good for the back. Here we're really activating our parasympathetic system because we're taking our breath slow and deep. Then you can extend the arms and walk your hands forward and really getting that nice stretch, not only on your back but your legs. And take those slow deep inhalations, coming back to the center. Turn the toes now out as we're going into the goddess twist. We place our hands right above our knees, twist to the far left, and then you're going to do the same thing, holding it for about 3 to 4 breaths, and then twist to the far right. An excellent stretch along the mid-upper spine, and also you feel this on your hips. So breathe into it, and you're 2 to 3 rounds. Really, you can pause this videotape if you feel that this is a nice pose for you, and honor yourself. We're coming down now into the garland where we walk our feet in halfway and our toes are still splaying out. We press the elbows inside our knees and push those elbows out towards those knees, and that's a nice little stretch and a nice stretch onto the low back. Coming into seated, squaring the hips, place your right foot on top of the left knee, and we're going to twist on both sides, so it doesn't really matter which side you start first. Just make sure that you keep your spine upright. And then we're going to do the same for the other leg. We flip and repeat. Now we come into cobbler pose where we bring our soles of our feet together. And this is where we now bound our feet with our hands. We can release, if for those really experiencing tight hips, you can just go ahead and create this butterfly effect to open up and really engage on those groin. Some of you can take it a little further like I am doing, where we slide our hands underneath, cup our feet, and then just drag yourself forward a little bit, sliding down and bringing the head down to the feet. Let's release it, and now let's go ahead and now grab a hold of the leg and just rock it side to side. Cradle your foot in your arms. Great hip opener. Stretch out the leg, and then we're going to stack the knees. This is our cow pose, Gomukhasana. Again, all these are awesome for our hips, just to open them up. Some of us experience super tight hips, so do what you can. Your knees may not be on top of each other, but do what you can. As we now release, we're going to do the same for the other. Grab a hold of your leg, and you just cradle it in, rock it side to side. And then just stack the knees on top. Let's come to the floor. As we come down, we're going to bring ourselves now into a reclining pigeon. Place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Grab a hold of your knee with your hands, and let's just pull your knee into the chest. A very safe way of doing this when you can't actually achieve the actual pigeon pose. So this is very safe for those that are really tight on their hips, and you can modify it. You can do this against the wall, so you can place that foot, like my right foot, on a wall, so it helps as well. There's just many ways of doing this, so you can actually achieve your pose without overcompensating too much. So now we're going into the happy baby. Happy baby, we'll grab the outside of our soles of our feet at the edge of our foot and press those knees down. Releasing. And now adjust yourself as we come into a belly twist. Placing the left foot on top of the right thigh and crossing over to the right side. One thing you must keep in mind is to keep your shoulders grounded. Both shoulder blades should be grounded on the floor as you come into this pose. For those that cannot ground the knee, it's okay. You can always place a block on top of the knee. You're going to just focus more on the breathing and releasing the tightness that's along those hips and also the torso. As you see here, my shoulders grounded. And you just take as long as you need. If it feels really good and you want to hold those poses longer, pause this video and do what your body is asking you to do. Then roll side to side and massage your lower back, your kidneys, just by rolling side to side. Feels really good. And now we've come to the end of the session. We're going into final relaxation. Take about 10 to 15 deep breaths and allow yourself to stay centered. Set the intention, how you want to finish this class and wrap up. And make sure that intention is something you can take with you. Enjoy your session. Namaste.